Hello, fellow traders. It's me, InvestMR. Today, we're just going to be going over the biggest news that happened over the past week. And to reiterate again, this channel does not provide professional advice and it's purely for educational purposes only. And with that being said, let's get to the show. The very first piece of news I would like to bring up is the fact that oil has been dropping like crazy recently. This is one of the commodities that I've been taking position on. That's why I've been keeping a close tab about it for a while now. Now, when I was little, I asked my mom, what does the price of oil indicate? And she tells me that even though the price may be lower, it doesn't mean it's just purely just good. It can also indicate the weakness in the economy. If you go back to last September or October, it was a really tumultuous time for the stocks, and you can see that it was pretty much red across the market for a good 2-3 months, and we even experienced one of the worst days in stock market history on December 24th, when SP 500 and Nasdaq dipped so much, but it bounced back right away. It was a really crazy time. But anyway, the point is, oil prices can be used as a predicament of how economy is feeling right now, the sentiment. We can obviously see that the oil is a boom and bust industry. Just like any other commodity, there's fluctuations going on, and oil is just more extreme. And today we're seeing that State Secretary Pompeo says Iran is ready to negotiate about a missile program. Now, long-term wise, I'm still feeling good about the commodity itself, just because we're in the middle of the summer and there's still August and the rest of the July to be played out. I have confidence that this is just a really short-term fluctuation that's happening right now. We'll see. We just really need that one conflict that can just drive up the price again. That's all we need. We just need that one little conflict. It could be attack somewhere. It could be some incidents going on. It could be conflict between countries. In this case, we can see here it's basically Iran trying to negotiate with USA, so between the two countries. And for you guys, I believe that it's really good to track the oil price on CNBC right here. It's basically, it tells you the oil prices for US barrel. This is usually a really good indication. Yeah, so here you can see, just keep dipping and dipping, and so is the white market, and a little bit of correction here again. Now, for conservative investors, I would not recommend trading oils, because you gotta be looking at it consistently, and you gotta be willing to take risk, and you need to be good at catching momentum to look for the best entry points. On to the next news about Tesla. Now, Tesla, it reads, Tesla employee says they took shortcuts, worked through harsh conditions to meet Model 3 production goals. This headline is really interesting to me because it resonates with all the other technology companies like Facebook, Google, Netflix, they all are feeling this pressure with time and money. And remember, Tesla is still a growth company, which means it does not have positive cash flow yet. It's just been burning through cash like crazy. And I personally do not have position in it. And if you guys want to play into momentum, that is okay. That is if your risk tolerance is high. And now let's look at the Tesla stock. We can see that 180 is a really good support level, and that this is where the slide stopped, right around 180 mark. And very next resistance level is 260. You can see that previously 260 has been the support level. Now it's becoming a new resistance level, and that is really common to happen. In fact, it's really common for stocks to behave like this, and this is how pro traders make a lot of money, is by using support level and resistance level accordingly. And I believe that it's important to divide up your portfolio into different sections. For example, I have positions in REIT, which is the Real Estate Investment Trust, as well as some index funds about consumer staples, healthcare. It's really, you should be looking to diversify as much as possible. And I also set some of my portion to options and risky plays. Risky plays, what I mean is more volatility with the stocks. Usually you can look to high beta, which means it's moving rather, I guess it fluctuates more when compared to the market. And Tesla is definitely one of the risky plays, and I believe that 260 will be the very next thing a lot of traders are keeping attention on. On to the third piece of news I would like to share with you guys is American Airline extends Boeing 737 MAX cancellation for a fourth time. I don't know how many times I have read that, and the stock price is still fine. I don't remember how Boeing stock dipped like crazy after a negative news like this. If we take a look at it, let's just put in 1 year, with a high of 440 almost, and to now 362. It's honestly fine. The fundamentals are so sound. People are just panicking because we haven't really had all these big disasters happening in the airspace for a while now, and that's why people are panicking. But Boeing, seeing it as one of the duopoly, the other one's Airbus, obviously, they're still gonna be fine. It's almost like saying you cannot really bet against Boeing, because think about all the contract that it's gonna be getting from, or it's been getting from, the government and the military. Can you imagine US military doing business with Airbus? I cannot imagine that. That's why this is a sure way to make profit, and Boeing's gonna be okay. This is just a period where stocks price is gonna be stumbling a bit. People will forget about tragedies, really, and because new ones always come up. So take advantage of it. Get in position if you can. If you want to play earnings, that's fine. I wouldn't recommend it. Really playing earnings should be The only seasoned investors should do that. And I believe earning is July 24th, and we'll see how that goes. Now on to the next news. It's about JP Morgan Chase CEO taking shots at Facebook's cryptocurrencies. Now, Libra is still a really new thing, and when it broke out the news, I already took position in Facebook, so that benefited me. Facebook is trying to open up a new door here. Cryptocurrency is still wide open. We don't know what's going to be happening in the next 10 years. Hell, even a year from now. Look at Bitcoin. It bounced back up to over 10K now. We never know what's going to happen, and the way this plays out, JP Morgan Chase CEO taking shot at crypto, it makes sense to me, because JP Morgan Chase also got a coin of its own. They're also developing their so-called cryptocurrencies, and honestly, I really don't care. I don't care as an investor for Facebook. Facebook is just like EA. They're doing all sorts of morally gray things, selling data without a consent. Cambridge Analytica, for example, from last year. They're just doing all these morally gray things, and people don't care. The stocks kept going up. It's just like EA, and I want a piece of it too. That's why I took a position in Facebook. I decided that I want to play earnings, but not earnings. I want to take advantage of getting that increase in stock price before earning, because people are hyping it up, and that tends to happen with stocks, is that before earnings they tend to hype it up. And sometimes it doesn't matter if earning is beat or not. Stock market the stock can just react irrationally. That goes back to my main point, was that playing earnings is a really dangerous thing. Only seasoned investors should be doing that. Now, the next news is more it's more, I guess, relevant to how really the business is functioning. Facebook to be slapped with $5 million fine for privacy lapses, says the report. Honestly, that was $5 million sounds like a lot for individual persons, but man, that's like a drop in the bucket for Facebook. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, it doesn't matter. The price is gonna keep going up. It's gonna operate the way it is. It's way too powerful to be stopped. I only see the possibility of getting a stop if Elizabeth was talking about how she wants to break up all these big tech companies, and that's not even until 2020. And who knows, like, who's gonna win the 2020 election? Like, everything is up in the air. We don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is Facebook right now is freaking powerful, and I don't want to side against that. I personally use Facebook a lot, and it's useful, right? You use that to communicate with people. It's a piece that's too vital, way too vital for governments or I don't know, like any institutions to interfere. I know that Facebook and Google, they have been slapped with all these fines, and it doesn't even matter to them. The data is too invaluable that they can be slapped with all these fines, and they're gonna be operating just fine. That's why, adding on to the previous point, cryptocurrencies is just a side thing for me personally. Now they still have the power that no other companies can compete, or maybe besides Google, in terms of advertisements. Now that's about all the news for the week. Now the bonus indicator for you guys is something called the fear and greed index. This is something that I use when I decide to whether or not I should take a position or play option with it. As you can see right now, fear and greed index, it's feeling neutral, close to greed. It has all sorts of information that makes a lot of sense to me. Stock price strength, market momentum. This one I don't look at. Stock price, and then market volatility. Okay, put and call option. This is something I look as well. But my point is, this is a really good thing to look at because they compile all these data for you and provide you with the overall market sentiment, so you can make decisions. And like Warren Buffett said, just be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. This is a really good thing to go by, I believe. And that's it for this video. Remember to stay hungry and stay diligent. If you like the video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.